people, Catfish Dave here. It's in the evening. Time is almost 6 p.m. We're going to fish from about 6 till about 8. It's the 1st of August. And I made a video using this old eel that I'd brought back from the James River. The stuff was 7 days old. No, 6 days old. And the fish just wore it out, man. I'm like, man, you know, this is old bait. What if I'd have brought it back fresh? Well, I'm just going to do an eel experiment till the stuff goes bad. Today we've got 7-day-old eel instead of 6-day-old eel. And a couple hours here in the early evening, we're going to see what it does. Either way, y'all, let's get some of this nasty old eel on the hook. And it is nasty. The stuff is super slimy. You can't even rub the stuff off your hands with the rag hardly. The sun's going to be right in the camera for the start of this video. You won't be able to see much. If I get a big fish, I'll spin the boat around where we can see it. The reason I do that is I usually do best dragging up the current. If I'd done just as good dragging downriver, well, I'd do it just to get the sun out of the camera. But I'd rather catch fish than worry about the sun, so we're dragging upriver. Just going to have to deal with the sun. A few dragging weights installed. I've got a few pieces of this stuff cut up already, and that's good, because I might not have to get as much slime on my hands. It is a little bit different color than yesterday. The meat was much more of a clear white. Getting a little brown colored today. Smells fishy. American eel. Got a few wake boats running around as usual. Nothing new to me. I'm not running no head pieces today like I did last video. Last video I caught the biggest one on a head piece, but I'm going to save those head pieces till I get more time on the water than what I do today. I wouldn't mind giving this bait a good 5 or 6 hours out here to see what it can do instead of these little 2-hour trips. I can already assure you the quality of this bait don't look as good as it did yesterday. It is deteriorating fast. But we'll see what it'll do at 7 days. There goes somebody's 2x6. We are officially fishing. Actual time 6:05. I caught the fish yesterday slap dab in the center of the channel. They wasn't on the ledge, so that's what we're doing today, right up the center. Different section of river. The bait is a little older, but as good as I done with it yesterday, it's surely going to catch something today. These fish have not been in the holes, they've been in between the holes. We started in a hole. I wasn't seeing a whole lot on the graph. Now that we're coming out of the hole, I'm starting to see some fish on the screen. Hooked up already. See what time it is, y'all. 6:11. Took 6 minutes to get the first hookup. We had a lot of line out starting out in that deep hole. I won't have to cast it as far this next time because we're getting shallower. There's the fish. We've still got the bait, just like yesterday. Good old hearty piece of eel. They marked up fish from coming off the spawn. Yeah. A little bit of mud on its belly. Been laying down in the mud. Bait is still on the hook. First catfish landed on 7-day-old American eel. Oh yeah, we're hooked up. Number 2. Took about 10 minutes to get this bite since the last fish. Still got the bait, it's down there in his mouth. Slimed up my line. Open up, bro. Yeah. Got a bigger fish on here, y'all. Definitely got a bigger fish on here. We're gonna let him dig a minute. Not real big, but boy, he was feisty. Bigger than them first 2. Not quite big enough to spin the boat around for. This fish actually had somebody's hook in its stomach. I seen it bleeding from its stomach. I pulled it out. Some old octopus looking hook. Yeah, you can see the hole in his stomach there where someone had snagged that fish and he broke him off, it looked like. Alright y'all, it's a slower bite than yesterday. That could be just the section of river we're in. We are catching fish. That last one wasn't too bad. Speaking of fish, that little rod was pulling drag. We are doubled up. It's going to be hard not to tangle these two up. Just when I said this bait wasn't doing as good. Looks like they're eating it now. Feels any better. I believe this is the bigger fish in my hand. This one pulls some drag. This is the bigger fish right here for sure. Woo! Yeah. Now that's not a bad fish for this lake. Yeah. 7-day-old eel, man. Yeah. Old fatter-headed fish right there, pulled hard. This one's big enough for the net. If I can get my net back. Oh yeah. Nice old long fish. Yeah, when we went through them, boy, they nailed it. They sure did. 7-day-old eel, man. My thumb is just chewed up. Got all our baits back, just like last time. For those that regularly watch my videos, and all of them, and listen to everything I say, a lot of people pull nothing but boards because that center rod, when you pull boards, will tend to get in the way. But I'm just going to tell you this, 90% of the time I catch a big fish dragging, it's on that center rod, on braided line. And it's got something to do with the bounce of that bait down there. That's why I pull 3 instead of 4 or 6. I like that one straight out the back. And plus, when you're just by yourself like me, if you was to get hung up with all the stuff out there, it's a pain to reel it all in. So 3 rods is good enough for me. Alright y'all, we're going through a hole now. I'm not expecting to get bit here. But we'll pull through it for a second. The pattern has been out of the holes, preferably in around 39 to 40 foot. We got one going through this hole right on the ledge, so technically this bait wasn't in real deep water. got to go back and get that board. If I got to reel up, we're just going to call it right there. About an hour and 15 minutes out here. And 7-day-old eel still producing fish. One nicer fish. Less bites. But you can tell when we doubled up there, if we go through them, they'll eat it. I simply just don't think there was as many fish in this area of the river. I've been fishing this lake a long time, and at this time of day, this time of year, I don't think I would be doing this good on skipjack. So, either way, y'all, I gotta go get my board. This is a video. There was fish in the video. That makes the fishing video. This is Catfish Dave with another one, signing out.